Laguna Seca Raceway winds through the dusty hills of California. At first glance, this 2.2-mile stretch of pavement looks pretty chill, but those experienced racers know there is more to it. The course is pretty short but quick with lots of elevation changes. Just after the blind tricky turn 8, the ground plunges completely. It's called the Corkscrew, where drivers face a very steep drop with a sharp left-right turn combo, relying on gut instinct because it's hard to see the apex and the bottom of the hill. It relies on precision and putting the car exactly where it needs to be. Messing up even a little can be really brutal and can lead to both successes and failures. The Corkscrew is the main feature that people associate with Laguna Seca's identity. At the top of left-hand turn 8, the road drops down a lot, 12 feet. Then when you get to the right-hand turn 8A, it drops even more, 18 feet. The track drops 59 feet, which is like going down a 5.5-story building. But there is an even bigger drop on the track between turn 8 and turn 9, about 109 feet, like going down over 10 stories. The difference is that this drop happens over a longer stretch, so it doesn't feel as steep. Alex Zanardi was a racer who made one of the overtakes in motorsport history. During the final lap of the 1996 kart IndyCar race, he drove his car, partially cutting the corkscrew, and still managed to pass other cars perfectly. This smart and brave move helped him win the race and become famous in American racing history. To really understand Laguna Seca, you must know a bit about its rich history. It's all about driving skill, hitting those apexes just right and staying calm when the road seems to vanish beneath you. This is the story of how Laguna Seca was born and has changed significantly since it first opened in 1957. For starters, Laguna Seca Raceway is one of the most loved, well-known road racing tracks in the world. Built in 1957 in Monterey County, California, USA, the track is very challenging, with the legendary Corkscrew drop among the most iconic and exciting corners in all of motorsports. The track sits about 10 miles inland from the Pacific coast and the city of Monterey. If you're up high on the track, especially near the famous Corkscrew turn, you can see great views of the ocean and the bay in clear weather. Laguna Seca is known for hosting major racing events like IndyCar, IMSA, Can-Am, Trans Am, and Moto Grand Prix. Over multiple decades, it's also received widespread attention for being featured in numerous racing games including Gran Turismo and Forza. The track's story began with sports car races held at Pebble Beach, California on public roads through the forests. These events were super popular, drawing around 50,000 fans to watch the races. The Sports Car Club of America, known as SCCA, organized these events, starting in 1950 with a race for the Del Monte Trophy. For several years, everything went smoothly, but as cars got faster, the streets became too dangerous. Things took a serious turn during practice for the 1956 race when driver Warren Frenchaboy crashed his car into a tree and got seriously hurt. Just a few days later, in the race for non-production cars, a skilled driver, Ernie McAfee, misjudged a turn and crashed his Ferrari into a tree, which tragically killed him instantly. Reports suggest that if the tree hadn't been there, his car could have rolled into a crowd of spectators, a reminder of the awful 1955 Le Mans disaster. It could have been worse. After those casualties, the race organizers decided it was time to stop using the streets and look for a safe, dedicated racetrack instead. Laguna Seca was founded when a group called SCRAMP wanted to build a racetrack, abbreviated as Sports Car Racing Association Monterey Peninsula. They thought the best place for it was Fort Ord, a nearby military base. At first, the Defense Department wasn't on board because they were worried about safety and how it looked to the public. SCRAMP worked hard and convinced military leaders and members of Congress to support the idea. Eventually, they agreed to let them use part of the base for racing. They set up a deal with the local Chamber of Commerce and raised $1.5 million to build a 1.9-mile track. The circuit was shaped around a dry lake bed, which is why it's called Laguna Seca, Spanish for dry lake. The first race at Laguna Seca took place on November 9, 1957, marking the beginning of this famous racetrack's history. Laguna Seca's first race had 35,000 fans and was a SCCA national event that counted for the Pacific Coast Championship. Pete Lovely won the first ever race in his Ferrari 500 Testarossa. The track's shape allowed people to see most of the action from the surrounding hills. A young architect, Wallace Holm, was in charge of building a racetrack. He and his team laid out the track by sketching it in the dirt, and then bulldozers came in to curate it. They kept things flexible and made changes based on driver feedback during the build because Holm wasn't experienced in track design. One famous part of the track, called the Corkscrew, was made without much planning, believe it or not. The crew just figured it out as they went. The result is a thrilling downhill turn that everyone loves today. The original layout of Raceway Laguna Seca remained largely unchanged for 3 decades. This track was a fast 1.9-mile course with 9 turns and a long, smooth first section before the infield loop was added. The fast front stretch from turn 2 directs to what is now turn 5 up the hill. They made some small updates to keep drivers safe, such as adjusting barriers and adding runoff areas, but the overall shape of the track remained unchanged. In 1968, they moved the pit lane to the inside of the track and changed the entrance near turn 8. They made some adjustments to turns 4 and 5 uphill leading to the Corkscrew to improve flow and safety as cars got faster every year. Laguna Seca Raceway has always been a big deal in the sports car racing scene. It's hosted everything from the U.S. Road Racing Championship, IMSA, Can-Am races, and open-wheel action like IndyCar and Formula 5000, to NASCAR, and even motorcycle racing. It's been an epic place for tons of racing action. Motorcycle racing is a crucial part of the track's activities and has influenced many of its changes. The American Motorcyclist Association started a Moto America Superbike series at the track in 1976. This event helped make Laguna Seca well known for motorcycle racing. By 1988, the course was good enough to host the U.S. Grand Prix again after a 23-year hiatus. To make this possible, they added a new infield loop. However, they permanently removed the straightaway to meet the FIM's lap length requirements, transforming Turn 2 into an 18-degree Andretti hairpin, honoring American racing champ Mario Andretti, followed by a new series of corners under the Dunlop Bridge by the old lake bed for Turns 3, 4, and 5. The section that runs from the exit of Turn 6 up the hill through Turn 7 Hank to the start of the Corkscrew is called Ray Hall Straight, honoring Bobby Rahal for his 4 straight IndyCar victories at this track in the 80s. This major redesign extended the circuit length from 1.9 to 2.2 miles and added 11 turns, as we know today. In 1996, the turns 9, 10, 11 section of the track was changed for the first time to slightly extend the start-finish straight and expand the runoff areas at the last turns while adding more space in the pit lane. Since then, the track hasn't really changed at all. As time passed, track officials improved safety by making small changes and adding more runoff areas. However, the rough, bumpy asphalt has remained a key feature of the circuit for decades. In 2005, there were major upgrades to the Moto Grand Prix circuit by widening turns 9 through 11 and smoothing the curves to meet safety standards for the return of the Moto Grand Prix World Championship. Since 2023, Laguna Seca has been completely repaved, removing its classic bumps and old-school character to improve tire wear for cars. This change has made the track way grippier, resulting in faster lap times across all racing disciplines. The fastest speeds at Laguna Seca have ever been between 160 and 180 miles per hour, especially for Indy cars on the front straight before they have to brake hard. However, it's more of a technical, compact road course. In the past, the slow infield turns 3 to 5 we know now were a fast straightaway section that ran toward the hill leading to the Corkscrew. The track is officially named WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca due to a sponsorship deal that started in 2018. Previously, it was known as Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca for about 17 years. However, everyone still refers to it simply as Laguna Seca. Laguna Seca usually has nice weather. Mornings can be cool and foggy, but the afternoons are warm and sunny with a nice breeze from the coast. It doesn't rain much here either, and that's California for you. Without further ado, I'm going to give you a virtual tour and take a lap around Laguna Seca in a race car, and that will be it for the video essay. Alright, let's go. As you approach the start-finish line, prepare for a strong acceleration out of the last corner. You want a smooth exit here to maximize your speed onto the main straight. Maintain speed through turn 1 inside kink. You want to brake hard just before the second brake marker board. Shift down to first or second gear as you turn in. Go wide, then aim for the apex, and be ready to hit the gas as you exit. Then carry your momentum into turn 3. Go wide on the outside curb, brake slightly, then turn. Accelerate as you exit turn 3 and position your car on the left for turn 4. Lift the gas again and turn in early to hit the apex at the right-hander. Maintain your speed and stay to the right to prepare for the next corner. Brake hard again. This is a tighter corner. Shift down to third gear, aim for the apex, then accelerate out smoothly. Ride on the rumble strip on the edge of the track up the hill. A slight tap on the brakes through this dip corner. After that, it's more about maintaining speed up to the corkscrew. Keep the power down through the kink as you approach turn 8 corkscrew at high speed and begin braking at the number 3 board. Shift down to second gear and focus on a good exit. This is crucial. Brake before the blind ridge, turn in for the left, and immediately transition to the right. You'll experience a dramatic drop in elevation. Be smooth and patient on the gas. After the corkscrew, maintain momentum downhill through turn 9. Lift slightly, then accelerate into the corner. As you approach turn 10 right-hander, lift slightly, but aim for a late apex to maximize your speed on the short straight. This final turn requires a solid brake point and good exit speed. Shift down to first gear. Use the gas wisely to launch onto the straight. Get up to speed across the finish line. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for some more motorsports content. If you enjoyed this new level of content I'm generating, be sure to let me know in the comments and I will consider continuing, as I should. Anyways, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the very next video. Peace out and stay safe. Chris the Radar out.